years, friends, family, people I meet have been saying, why don't you do a vlog? Why don't you tell people what you've gone through and the experiences you've had with cancer, especially seeing I'm like some sort of cancer ninja, because I've already managed to whoop its ass 5 times. So being the lazy shit that I am, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. But I'll do it if I get cancer again. Because if not, it's old news. Been there, done that. And now I've got cancer back again, apparently. So there's no hiding from it now. I promised I'll do a vlog. I promised I'd talk about previous times and about, you know, what I'm going to go through, what I'm going through on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully you will enjoy the journey with me. So at the moment I'm at the Churchill Hospital. On Tuesday I went to see my oncologist, who is lush. I love her. Her name's Rachel Kerr. If you're going to get cancer, that's who you want, Rachel Kerr. She's gorgeous. So I went to see her, and this time she wasn't able to tell me that my 3-monthly scan was clear. She told me that she had seen cancer on, or what she believes as to be cancer on both lungs. And seeing she knows her shizzle, I think we can pretty much say that she's right, because she's been right all the other times. So, so on Tuesday, we're on Friday now, we got those results, and I was told that I would need to have a PET scan, which is why I'm at the Churchill right now. Been here for, in 5 minutes, 2 hours. You get so used to that. Unfortunately, if you get cancer, you basically find that hospitals are your second home, and you can either get stressed about it or you can ride with it. I ride with it most of the time. Sometimes I've got a little bit pissy about the way, especially when you're here for radiotherapy and you've got to come every day for 2 weeks, a month, depending on what your treatment package is. If you've been waiting around day after day after day and you feel like shite and you've got diarrhea because of the radiotherapy, you're weak, you're tired, the last thing you want to do is be prattling about waiting on somebody else. So yeah, you can get slightly impatient, but my best advice to you is take a breath and try and stay sane. So today I haven't got anyone with me in here. My mum's here, she's up at the restaurant, but because I'm going to get pumped with radiotherapy, it's not safe for the staff to be around me, my family or anyone for 6 hours, and especially when you first had it put in. So I will probably do another video about PET scans. So my history. In 2010, that was not me farting, that was the chair. It's creaky, look. Promise, not me. Oh God, it's not even creaking now. I promise it was the chair, I did not fart. So, 2010, in February, half term, I had horrendous appendix pain and I got admitted into hospital twice. On the second time they kept me in and they sort of said the pain that you're describing in the location, it appears to be an appendix, but when they did a scan on me they couldn't see any appendix action. It wasn't swollen, it wasn't anything. So they then decided, after a week of me wriggling around in the bed in the hospital, to do a colonoscopy on me, which for those of you that don't know means a camera up the arse. So this camera was like a huge long garden hose, let's say, with a camera on the end of it, and they sedate you so you're with it but you're not with it, you're off your tits but you're kind of in the room. So they lube you up, insert the camera up your backside, and they keep inserting it till they get to where they need to go. and the appendix is pretty much at the furthest point of where they can get with the camera going up. So they went up, got to my appendix, said it looks normal, we can't work out what it is that's causing you pain. So they then decided to bring the camera out. Thought, that's great, it's all going to be done and dusted. I then heard, oh shit, from my surgeon. So I sort of had a look, and he's like, it's okay, I have just a few things I want to take photos of. So as they brought the camera out, 4 centimetres, which is sort of about that, I'm not very good with, but let's say that, inside my arse, shall we say, they found a tumour, and they didn't notice it on the way in because they weren't looking in that area. They were just shoving the camera up to get to where they needed to get to. So they found this tumour and they took photos of it, took a biopsy of it. I could tell by the oh shit, I mean, the doctors don't normally do that, but I could tell by the fact that he went from talking to me, talking everything through with me, telling me what he could see, I mean, showing me up my arse on the screen, to being very, very avoiding answering my questions. And my gut told me, there's something not right here. After the operation, I went back to the ward and had a little snooze. I came back round and I'd got the consultant with like 4 or 5 of the medical trainee staff with him. And he said, oh, well, we took a few biopsies, and if there's anything to be seen, I'll let you know in just over a week. And then I thought, no, I ain't cocking about none of that. So I said, why? Have I got cancer? And he went white. And I said, look, I don't like bullshit. I'd rather you just told me straight so I knew what I was dealing with. In your experience, have I got cancer? Well, he didn't respond. He just turned on his heels and walked out, shutting the curtain behind him, and all his lackeys went after him. So that was basically like him saying, yes, you've got cancer, but I don't have the testicles to tell you. So after, about 20 minutes, half an hour, a cancer nurse came to visit me. Well, that also is a pretty good way of finding out that you have got it, especially when they say, hi, I'm a colorectal cancer nurse. I hear you've got a few questions. So I just said, no, I want someone to be straight with me. My gut's telling me that I've got cancer at my bum, have I? And eventually, after some pushing, she said, yes, that's exactly what they believe it is. So she was a nice nurse. She stayed with me, and when my husband Justin came along, she stayed with me while I told him, and then rang all my mates. To be honest, it didn't feel real. I was told it was going to be a couple of weeks. I don't actually ever remember a meltdown period. I remember a bit of a, oh fuck, feeling, and, well, what does this mean? Whatever it means, I'm going to kick its ass. I am ready to die at 32. Also, I'd got 3 girls. My youngest, Tyler, was 18 months at the time, and Phoebe was around 5. India was sort of 3.5, so I was not ready to be kicking no bucket. So I then had to wait a couple of weeks to get the biopsy results, and of course it come back that I'd got bowel cancer, and they believed I'd had it for about 3 years by that point. So they did further scans on me, did a PET scan, which is what I'm here for today, because the radiation basically makes the cancer glow like a Christmas tree on the scan, so it makes it a lot easier for them to see what type, what shape, you know, what size. We're going back 2010, so you'll have to bear with me. I might be a little bit shite with the facts. We found out in March that it was cancer, and that it had already gone through the lining of the bowel and was into the muscles. So it was quite an aggressive form, although it be a slow moving cancer, because obviously I would have had it 3 years. If it had been aggressive, it would have whooped my ass way before then. But I had to have radiotherapy and chemotherapy at the same time. So I had 12 weeks of chemotherapy and 6 weeks of very aggressive radiotherapy. And I'll cover that in probably another video. Yeah, so that was the start of my journey in 2010. Obviously there is way more to my journey, seeing I'm on now cancer 6, so there'll be plenty of videos to update you on all of the things that happened. But right now, after all this water, I really need a wee, so I'm going to go off and have a wee, and then maybe I'll come back and do another video. Bye.